team. For this stretching video, we're going to be stretching our forward splits on both legs. If you haven't done a warm-up yet, either go and do one of our workout videos or do one of the stretching warm-up videos. If you are warm, good work. Let's get to it. Now, first thing we're going to do is warm up those muscles. We're just going to do some forwards and backwards jumping. Not too far, and I want you to land lightly on your toes. We shouldn't hear you. I want to move back a bit, I don't know how forwards you are. All right, legs up in front. Kicking your feet up behind. Excellent, that should do it for our warm-up. Now, when we do all of these stretches, I'm going to talk to you about your hips being square. So right now my hips are square. If I step 1 foot forward, my hips are still square. If I turn my hips sideways, I've opened them to the side. You're stretching the wrong muscles here. So when I say close your hips or square them up, hands on hips, square, they should be pointing directly forwards, parallel with your feet and your legs. So square those hips. Now, the first thing we're going to do, you can do them forwards or them sideways to demonstrate. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start in a nice easy lunge. So, you can have socks on or off as your preference. Make sure that you're keeping your whole hips area warm, otherwise you might get cold muscles. So we're going to start in a nice lunge. Make sure that your front foot is in front of your front knee. Shouldn't be behind it. Now, I want you to bounce up and down a little bit. Keep your hips square, your back leg should stay straight, but we're trying to get this hip flexor down to the ground. If you wish to, this is where you can either use blocks or a chair. So this is a stretching block. You can get a pair for $12 at Kmart, or you can use a chair. You don't need to go and spend any money if you don't want to. So I might have my hand on a block, or on a pair of blocks, on a chair, and that way I can do my stretching, keep my back straight, and stay up. Now we're feeling a little bit warm, so we're going to try and hold that. From here, I want you to have your hands away from the floor. So back knee off the ground, straight leg. Use a stretching block, a chair, a table, anything you want. Straight back leg, push those hips down. If you need a more intense stretch, chest back, but keep those hips down. We're going to hold it, keep holding. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Drop that back knee. If you're getting sore back knees during any of this, I want you to go find something soft, put it under there. A jumper, a towel, a pillow, anything. Don't bruise the cartilage because then it makes it a bit of a pain to stretch. Now, make sure these hips are turned square. We don't want them open out. A good way to check is to look at your back leg. I've just put my back leg at a diagonal. My hips are pointing over here. If I put my back leg so it's parallel with my front leg, now my hips are square. So that's a good trick to remember. Let's do the same again. Push those hips down into the floor, nice and low. Really, really, really keeping that chest back if you can. Nice straight back. If you want to, you can push away from your front knee. Just make sure it keeps the hip flexor low. All right, now we've stretched that out. We're going to warm it up for further stretching. So you can do this as fast or as slow as you like, as big or as little as you like. Don't overstretch it. Keep your feet where they are, but put that back foot on the ground. Hands up from here. Stretching forward, straight back leg. As I move back, my front leg straightens out and I can pull my front foot up flexed if I want. So you go forwards, backwards. Forwards, as I go forwards, I should feel it in the hip flexor. As I go backwards, I should feel it in the hamstring. I'm going to pull that back hip forwards to make the hamstring stretch from forwards, back, forwards and back, fast as you want. If you're feeling warm, you can go at this sort of speed, and you can go as big or as small as you want. If you are wearing socks, be careful, don't slip. All right, now we're going to do another stretch for the hip flexor, the front of your back leg. You'll want a block or a chair for this. So, put it down, hand for your front side. I want you to get your thumb, tuck it under your gluteal fold, That's that little curve of skin between your leg and your glute. And if you need a bit more of a stretch, as we push our hip flexor down again, we're going to use that hand. Push your hip flexor forward, down towards the ground. Make sure that front foot moves out a bit if you need it to, so it's in front of your front knee. Keep holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, now this time we're going in for a hamstring stretch. So keep your feet and knees where they are. If you want to keep a straight back, still use your chair or your stretching blocks. So I want you to try and keep a straight back, not curved to touch the ground. So you can use your stretching block. We're going to flex and point this front foot. Front leg should be straight, and my back hip, I'm pulling it forwards so that I can really feel I've got my nice square hip. So pull that back hip forwards. Pull your back hip forwards. You're not square. There we go. All right. Now, you can either stay flexed or you can flex and point. Flexing and pointing, if you don't feel warm, is a great way to do a tiny little warm up of that muscle. At the end, we are going to do a hold on a flex. Keep a nice straight back, so really pushing your belly button forwards, pulling the shoulders back, and flex the foot and hold it as hard as you can. We're going to count to 5. 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Now, I want you to think about what you're trying to stretch here. If you want to stretch your hamstring, you're going to keep a flexed foot and you're going to put your front foot forwards. If you want to stretch your hip flexor, you can do whatever you want with your front foot, but you're actually going to put your back leg backwards to go into your splits. I want to stretch my hamstring, so I'm going to push my front foot forwards, but you can do whatever you like and it'll change just a little bit how your splits works. So, from here, extending into your splits. If it's only a little bit, that's fine. Extending out, either forwards or backwards. If you want to keep a straight back, use your stretching blocks. Come up straight. It's a slightly gentler stretch. The more you lean forwards, the more there is a stretch on your front hamstring. Look behind you. Make sure that your back leg is parallel. It's straight. With the front leg, it's not pointing sideways. Really try and keep a straight back. If you try and push your back through, you'll feel it more on the hamstring. If you want more of a stretch on your hip flexor, put both hands on the other side of your front leg. You get more of a hip flexor stretch. In that case, pull your front foot back and push, as Buchong Panjang Mulik is doing, you're going to pull that front foot back a little bit, push your hips down further.
That is a huge stretch.
Now, we're going to flex and point the front foot to add a little dynamic element. So hands back, one on either side of the front leg. They can still be up here, they don't need to be at ground level. Now, a different dynamic element. I want you to open and close your hips. Roll your hips open just a little, and then you're going to pull it closed as hard as you can. So roll open, pull closed and hold. Roll open, pull closed and hold. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. All right, that's that for that one. So, sitting back down, we're going to walk our legs in. Bring those knees up, release some of the tension before we do the other side. Into a butterfly and flat, flat, flat. Now, if you want to do a little bit more work on dynamic movements, releasing tension before you do your next set of stretches, pause the video here, do some work, then come back, do your other leg. All right, let's start on the other side now. So again, a stretching block, or make sure you've got a chair handy. All right, I'm going to do it forwards this time so you can look at my square hips, just to make sure you're seeing them. So again, we're back leg is straight. It's off the ground completely, only your feet are on the ground. We're pushing those hips down low, so straighten that back leg.
Oh, straight, yep.
Pushing those hips down as low as you can. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Get a little bit lower. Alright, now let's push those hips low, chest back if you want, and hold. 3, 2, 1. And back knee on the ground. Again, if it starts hurting, find something soft to put under it. Make sure that you're not bruising your cartilage. It's a bit annoying to get stretching when you've got bruised cartilage in your knee. Same stretch again. We're going to push those hips low. Trying to stretch out that back hip flexor. Make sure that instead of being open, where your back leg is diagonal, your back leg is parallel to your front leg, and your hips are all closed and squared up. Let's push those hips down and hold. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Now, this time, I'm going to do that little bit of warm up for the other side now. So, legs out in a lunge, you can keep them where they were. Back leg stays straight. Your front knee should start bent, foot on the ground. Lean back, straighten the front leg. You can pull that foot back and flex, so that's stretching our hamstring. Come forward, hips down, stretching the hip flexor. Back to hamstring, forward to hip flexor. Back and forward. Back and forward. If you'd like, you can speed it up. Make sure you don't injure yourself. Excellent. From here, keep that leg forward. We want our square hips again. If you've got a block or a chair, make sure it's in your front hand, your back hand. I want you to get your thumb, tuck it under your gluteal fold, so in between your leg and your bottom, there should be a little fold of skin there. We're coming back into our lunge with the back knee on the ground, front foot in front of the front knee, thumb tucked under, pushing the hips down again. For now, we can push with that thumb, increase the stretch on your hip flexor if you're ready for it. If not, stretch without it. Keep holding. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. All right, keep your feet where they are. We're coming back into a hamstring stretch. I'm going to just turn sideways to start showing you again. Make sure your hips stay square. Feet should stay where they were. Pull that foot back. Really bring that. I'm going to turn this back to show you my hip. Pulling that foot back. Forwards and backwards. That'll be stretching out your hamstring. Make sure that your back hip isn't leaning backwards, it's coming forward, look back. Check that back leg is parallel. If you want to keep a straight back, shoulders up straight, it'll give you a less intense stretch as well. Hands on chairs or blocks. More intense, keep that back as straight as you can, touching the ground. All right, now from here, sliding through. If you want to work the hamstring, slide your front foot forwards. If you want to work more on your hip flexor, slide your back leg backwards. All right, sliding through however you'd like. Remember, touching the floor is more intense. Keeping your body upright, less intense. Now just sit here for a minute. We're just going to hold it. We're going to breathe and relax into it. Relax those muscles. Pull that back hip forwards. Make sure you're square. Let's start flexing and pointing that front foot. I'm just going to move back a bit to make sure that you can see me. Flexing and pointing. Now that's working your hamstring. If you would like to now work your hip flexor, hands on either side of your front leg, pull this back hip forward, and you can pull the front foot back a bit if you want to work the hip flexor more. Okay, from here, I want you to slide through that last little bit and either flexing and pointing or pulling hip forwards and back. I'm going to do my hip, pull it open and closed to really work on that hip flexor. And sitting down, legs out. Let's walk them back in. Walking them out. And back in. Coming in, into our butterfly. Flat, flat, flat. Let's get some of that tension out. And there you go, you're done. That's your forward splits done for today. Remember, forward splits and center splits will only improve if you work on them consistently. Doing one class a week isn't going to be enough. If you can work on them 3 times a week, great. More than that, and you're going to start seeing results in a couple of months. So if you want your splits, keep working on it. You're doing great.